Well, as his American visit draws to a close, David Cameron will likely be congratulating himself on a trip which has put the two countries' special relationship beyond doubt again. But his visit is about more than just political positioning. It's a chance to represent the UK's image abroad. And in that sense, the entourage surrounding the Prime Minister speaks volumes, as Katie Razzall reports.
Choreographed and stage managed to the last detail, and a chance to show off the best of Britain, with Samantha Cameron in a dress by a London-based designer. For of course, this is as much about the two wives as the two leaders. For men usually keen to show how modern they are, the state dinner was perhaps almost medieval in the need to showcase not just both countries, but both wives. On the guest list, the knights and courtiers of our modern age.
Ms. Denise Lewis.
Sports stars selling this Olympic year. Britain's making waves in America, from TV shows like Downton Abbey,
Mr. Damian Lewis.
Homeland and The Wire,
Mr. Idris Elba.
all said to be firm favourites of the Obamas. And the Britain behind some of Apple's finest designs, summing up for the organisers the best of the British-American relationship.
Well, I think it's symbolised in the show, actually, with me being married to an American, Elizabeth McGovern, and now with Shirley MacLaine joining us as my mother-in-law, I think we've got the special relationship pretty much nailed down.
It really is an honour, so I'm very grateful for Mr. Cameron to include me in the party.
The marquee on the White House South Lawn, the place to be last night. British politicians mingling with Hollywood's finest. The toast not worthy of the Oscars, but certainly effusive.
In good times and in bad, he's just the kind of partner that you want at your side. I trust him. He says what he does, and he does what he says.
Barack, it is an honor to call you an ally, a partner, and a friend.
Listening, many of the Americans backing President Obama in this election year, but the Britons on the guest list reflecting how high Britain's cultural stock is right now to be capitalised upon to sell the country overseas.
Whether it's Downton Abbey or the group that performed last night, folks are now tuned in like, oh, who are these folks? Let's go to iTunes and buy their songs. Let's go to PBS, which is showing Downton Abbey, and support them that way.
Jonathan Capehart was at last night's event, but who decided the guest list?
Cheers, everyone.
We're told Downing Street only handpicked a handful of the guests at last night's dinner, and they were all people felt to epitomise the relationship between Britain and America. Unsurprisingly, the event being at the White House, it was the White House that chose the majority of the guests. An interesting reflection, perhaps, on what Britain looks like to American eyes. But everywhere there was input behind the scenes. This Olympic-themed event raising the profile of the 2012 Games. The British Embassy is involved in a big Olympic push, with New York subway trains wrapped in posters celebrating what's great about Britain. This afternoon, David Cameron spoke to business leaders in Newark, again in a drive to sell Britain to the States. His message sent out loud and clear over the last days, though perhaps his brand could do with a little enhancing. Spectators at the basketball game the president took him to at the start of the trip, mobbing Mr. Obama, but clearly not recognising the British Prime Minister.